Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, my friends. Excited. Who is excited for today? How are you? Oh, and Brady with the first comment of the day. Send it. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Yee! So excited. Awesome, awesome. Ricky. If I said that, I'd be like, yiggity yo. Awesome, guys. So I'm so excited that you all are here. So nice to see you and to meet you. Today we're going to be going over 3 things. We're going to be going over how to create dynamic and intentional content for your Instagram, how to repurpose your content and why it's super important, and how to create those goals around your content and in order to create more intentional content. So all of these things are like one and the same. So as I talk, I'm going to be kind of like intermingling the topics, but I will try to keep them as like bing, bang, boogie, 1, 2, 3, in order for us to, for this live, for you to rewatch it and watch it over and over again so that you can gain as much value as possible in the quickest way possible with no fluff, no shit, all the good stuff. So, hello. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I love you guys. All the comments are awesome and welcome. I'm going to try to keep my eyes away from them though, because I sometimes get distracted. I'm like squirrel. So I love you guys. If you do have any questions, we will save them for the end. And I will try to keep this short and sweet for about 30 minutes so I don't take up too much of your time, and so that we can be both intentional with our time and be respectful of that, mine and your time. So, before I live, I always like to kind of like get into my body and to breathe and to kind of get into my inner self, my higher self, because sometimes I allow the juices to kind of flow, and I don't want it to flow egotistically. I want it to flow very authentically. And that's a big, big way I actually go into most anything when it comes to tattoos or goes into meetings or even creating my content. I always just try to get centered and one with you guys so that I understand that I know that what I'm saying is coming from my heart, and I know that what I'm saying is it's for you and only you and not for me. Okay, so love it, love it, love it. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. First things first, creating dynamic and intentional content. Now, what does that mean? So dynamic content would be like pretty, angled. We're talking about like if you're talking about tattoos, which this is the only thing we talk about. When we're talking about creating tattoo content, we don't want to keep doing the same old goddamn thing. That shit is boring. And when that shit's boring, people lose interest in it. So we got to keep it moving. We got to keep it dynamic. And what I mean by dynamic is not only the way that we take our photos and our videos. Yes, we want to make sure that we are taking our photos, before, during, and after a tattoo. Honestly, if you guys look at my content, you will notice that oftentimes my more engagement that I get from my tattoo photos are the ones that are halfway done. And reason being is because of the fact that people actually get educated by this. They're like, wow, she's only done half of a dog face. One part's realistic. One part just looks like a bunch of purple markings. How the hell did that work? And so the dynamic of a 3D and a 2D, in my perspective, in my type of tattooing, that's where the dynamic part comes in. Or I like to take my photos at an angle. When you take things at an angle, you're not showing it straight on, so people want to click on it and see what other photos you might have of that tattoo so they can further see what it looks like and get the more detail. So these are like small little hacks on bringing people in. That's what dynamic content's all about. But the second part of the dynamic content also means utilizing other features on Instagram that are unlike the ones of just posting the photo or the video of a classic feed post or a carousel post. So you do want to give yourself some variety. And the cool thing about having variety within your content is that you get to utilize the same videos and photos for different features of the platform. So this is kind of going into repurposing. And with repurposing, we can utilize repurposed videos and photos and put them on a separate feature. For instance, as you notice, I oftentimes post a lot of reels with a bunch of photos. connected to a song that drops in a beat, it's like every second. And so, and I actually show you how to do that by giving you how many seconds to hold a photo and things like that. So, that's repurposing old content that you already have in your phone. I'm sure you have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of photos on your phone that you probably haven't used, or you have used, but you can reuse. So that's a really great way to create dynamic content, and by repurposing old content. Now, when it comes to dynamic content is great. Pretty content is great, but if it's not intentional, it won't mean shit. These are the days where this app is like a blogging, personal blog app. And so when we think about a personal blog app, that means that getting personal online and sharing with people who we are as a person, as an artist, and then what we do, our tattoo styles and our tattoos. And when that can intermingle together in a really, really meshed, beautiful way, then you are creating dynamic, intentional content, and people melt. They fucking melt for it, okay? They want it. They love it. They love that shit so bad that they're just like, I want more. I want to feel more, because it's emotional connection that you're creating with someone. And it's really tough because as artists, we're like, what the fuck? Like, how do we create an emotional connection through our art? Well, think about it. Think about the way that you draw. Think about what got you into this industry in the first place. You loved drawing at one point or another. I mean, you might not like it anymore. I don't know, but you loved drawing once in your life, and you knew deep down, you're like, this is what I want people to feel. I want people to feel how I feel when I tattoo, when I draw, when I do art, when I create. These are the things that we want to try to express through a photo or a video. And that's why we gotta get personal. So when we talk about intention, we're talking about intentional content. How can I make me share with what you can feel through this screen, right? Can you feel me? Can you feel the vibe? Like, can you feel my positivity, motherfuckers, right? Tell me, can you feel it? I wanna know. So, it's one of those things where, I really, really I think that it's really, really important that we understand how to intermingle the inside with the outside. And the more inward we go, the more outwardly we can express that, and we can attract and literally gravitationally pull the people out there that are meant to be our soulmate clients. That's why I don't believe in chasing. That's why I don't believe in chasing tactics. We have all the hacks and whatever in IG, and I can give you all that shit, but those hacks don't mean shit if you don't have intention behind it. If your content's not dynamic, it doesn't mean shit. So you can do all the hacks, you can comment on everybody's page, you can tag all the artists you want, you could do all the hashtags correct, and if it doesn't mean anything, if there's no intention behind it, if the only intention behind it is to gain, is to, oh my God, I need more followers, you're not going to get what you want. You're going to continue to be unhappy, because followers don't equal dollars. That's just plain and simple. I have 166,000 followers, but not, if I made $1, from every single one of them every day because they're here following me, fuck yeah, I would be stoked. Right? So it's like one of those things that we have to be mindful for. You got to be understanding of this aspect, is that followers don't equal dollars. So who fucking cares how many followers you have? I know people out there, I know artists out there, I know makeup artists out there, I know creatives out there who are making $10,000 a week with 5,000 followers and less than. Why? Because those 5,000 followers are their soulmate motherfucking clients, to the point of like, oh my God, I would buy anything from you. I would go anywhere to get what you are going to give me. And that's what we want to attract. So the intention behind the content means so much. And so you need to be understanding that within your captions and within the why you put up intent, why you're posting this. Why am I posting this tattoo? Why am I doing this tattoo? Now, if you are in a mind where you're like, well, I'm not doing the style that I'm super in love with yet, like I'm still trying to grind and I'm still trying to make money, then think of the style that you want to get to and continue to draw in that style while attracting the money that you need in order to get there. That's the purpose. Then you start posting things like, hey, something a little different than what I'm used to, than what I want to be doing, but I am grateful for everyone who comes to me and gets tattooed by me, because you are only furthering my growth in this industry so that I can grow as an artist and do the thing I know I'm going to be good at one day. Really fucking good at, right? So that's intention. That is intention. That is aligned content that you could just be like, feel my vibe. And that's the reason why every single day I have someone in my chair that will sit for 7 hours, that will fly to me from wherever. I mean, we're talking far. I had a girl fly to me from Puerto Rico, like gnarly, just to get her dog portrait because she believed that I was soul aligned with her. That I was aligned with her not only as a soul, like as a soul sister, as a sister goddess, but also as like a person that understands the type of art that she wants. And those things happen. That happens. There are billions of people on this planet out there. They're waiting for you to speak up and be intentional in your content and online. So just remember that. So that's how to create intentional and dynamic content. And that's why it is so, so fucking important, because you can create dynamic content all day long, but if there's no intention behind it, then you're fucked. So I would be mindful of the way that you go and express this. So always go inward and ask yourself why you're doing it. Always understand your why. So next, we going over purpose. Repurposing your content. So when you're repurposing your content, like I said before, repurposing could be repurposing all the content within your content bank. So I call your photos, your little photo app, the one you take, I have an iPhone, so it's like the little photo app that you have. I call that my content bank. Why? Because I'm making sure that in my mind that everything that I am creating is business worthy. Everything you create is business worthy. I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be a fucking photo of your fish. But when you do it dynamically. Every time I take a photo of my dog, every time I take a photo of my cat, every time I'm out in the open, in nature, sharing with you my life through my stories, everything that I create in my mind is content worthy. Because we are in a content world, you guys, and it's okay. It's okay to think like that. You don't have to, vilify making content all the time. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like I'm not, being in nature and taking my time. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not on here 24/7. I take it and then I put it away and then I enjoy myself. And then I understand that I am in nature, and I don't vilify. I don't make it look demonize creating content. Who fucking cares? It's my job. It's your job. This app is a tool for you to grow your business. Now, if you're utilizing it to, just fucking scroll and spend hours upon hours, and you're not doing any inspo, it's not inspirational for you to create more content, then, maybe you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because then you're going to be like, oh, I hate Instagram because I'm on it all the time and I don't see any growth and la, 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 la. See, that's not what happened. Growth doesn't happen that way. Growth doesn't happen with you sitting on the couch scrolling. Growth happens when you take inspired action. And so if I'm inspired to sit on the toilet, which is pretty much the only time I really scroll, and take inspirational videos, and I'm like, how can I turn this into a tattoo-related inspired thing? And then I go ahead and do it. And then not only do I do that, but I also utilize my content bank, my photos filled with content, my files filled with photos and videos. And I go in there and I repurpose those videos. A lot of my intros, I don't get my hair ready every single fucking day. I utilize other things. You know what I'm saying? So I utilize other parts of videos and things like that to create these full-blown videos, to create masterful, things that look all like it took me forever and only took me 5 minutes. So I want you to understand that repurposing content is about utilizing old content that you already have in your content bank. Just remember that. Also, repurposing your content. What I do is that I actually use a program called Airtable. So Airtable is a program. It's kind of like an Excel spreadsheet, but way cooler. And actually, if you end up being one of my students, I am opening Inspired next year in February, and you can work with me. But I will teach you how to use it. My assistant uses it and she's a fucking gangster. And so in this Airtable, in this log, I keep a log of all the content I've ever created. Every single month, what are the photos I used? What was it about? What's the caption? What were the hashtags that I used? What were the statistics? How did it grow? How did it do? And the reason why I keep all that is not only for statistics to understand what it is you guys like out there, because I really want to know what it is that you guys like so I can continue to produce dynamic, creative, intentional content around that. But it's also one of those things where if I'm like, fuck, like I am not feeling creative this month or this day when I plan to create my content, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back into my logs, and normally I'll just go like 2 months back because not everybody sees the content. Not everybody reads the caption, and I'll just change it up to make it look more so in my life today and what feels right for me today. But for the most part, the information that you guys like love so much, some of you guys don't get. So if I repost it, you're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And sometimes I'll mix and match. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to repost this photo, but do a different caption. Or I'm going to repost this caption and do a different photo. So it really, I have a whole log of it. And if I want to go back and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do 7 days worth of content repurposed out of my month. That's 7 days I don't have to deal with. And I post 5 days a week. So that's a week and almost a week and a half almost of content. So that means I only have to create 2.5 weeks worth of actual content. And then boom shakalaka, I'm done. And so that's another way of repurposing your content. Another way of repurposing your content is that you guys, with the last IG fucking fail, remember how it failed and everybody freaked the fuck out? I was actually doing my own thing. I didn't know it was even down. Like I didn't give a fuck. Because I don't rely on Instagram only. You guys, you got to put your eggs in other baskets. And what this means is that find intention on what other aspects or avenues that you guys like doing. Video is king right now, so I'm hoping you like video, or you're gonna get to like it, or you're gonna get to know it. That's what I would recommend, is that you understand that like TikTok's out there. We got YouTube that's never gonna die, you know? You've got other avenues. If you really want to start a podcast, a lot of tattooers are starting podcasts that are funny or interesting or entertaining or edutaining, education and entertaining. So think about those things. And make sure to grow your email list. Don't be dumb. I don't care if you're just an apprentice. Every person you tattoo has a personal email, has a personal phone number. Get it. Don't forget it. Remember those things, because those are that's a direct line to someone that already trusts you. So when you're having a bad day, you're like, oh fuck, I got a cancellation. Whoa. I don't just have to post on Instagram and just hope that like however many percentage of my followers are going to see it that day. I have a direct line to someone, my email list. What? In my course, I actually teach you how to automate that. So just be aware, if you want to get in on that wait list, go into my bio, Inspired Academy. Shameless plug. So yes, so that's repurposing content. Now let's get into setting goals for our content. So we've gone over creating dynamic content, dynamic and intentional content. We understand what that means. We understand what repurposing content. Now, a lot of people say the word repurpose. They're thinking like, oh, take TikTok content and put it on Instagram Reels. Totally do that for sure. I actually have a mini course for tattoo artists out there if you want to check that out, on how to create Reels that will go viral, and how to like remove the TikTok watermark so that you're not getting flagged on Instagram, all the things. You can find that in my bio, in the link in my bio, and check that out if you'd like. But, also with repurposing content, it's like your content bank, which is all of your photos, that everything you create is content, pretty much everything. And that don't demonize content creating, because it is our job. This app is a tool. Okay, just remember that. Last thing is creating goals. Okay, so there are two types of people out there trying to create goals. There are the people that say, I want X, Y, and Z, the ones that I want to grow my business. I want to make more money. I want to, charge more, take more time off, travel more as a tattooist, all of these things. However, there are the other types of people that I will do X, Y, and Z. So when you say I want to, it's not actually setting the intention Haha, there's that word again. Everything with intention, my friends. So it's not actually setting the intention that you're gonna do something. All you're saying is like, yeah, I want to frivolously, let me throw my hair back and walk away from it. But if I say I will do, that tells you in your soul, like higher purpose, inner alignment, basically telling you like, we are aligned, my spine is up straight, and I'm literally sending a message to the universe being like, oh, that's what you're gonna do. Okay, well then let me put a bunch of opportunities around you to help you say yes to so that you can make that goal, right? Because that's what happens, is that's when we set the intention and we take inspired action, because the inspired action comes from the inspired opportunities that allow us, when we are aligned here inside inwardly, when we've created that intention, that it will be brought to us with all the things around you. And because since you've created this intention, you're going to see it everywhere. You're going to see opportunities everywhere. And you're like, wow, where are all these opportunities coming from? It's because the universe is trying to help you take inspired action toward that goal. Okay. So I know it's woo woo, and I know you guys love me for the woo. Okay. But it's very woo, but I swear to God, when I implemented this into my business, I work less, I make way more. I don't even look at my bank account and it just grows. And it's not to tell you, oh, cool me, whatever. I'm just saying that it can happen for you. When I got aligned inwardly, things just started showing up. And it's because I took the inspired action. I made it. I said, I will do X, Y, and Z. The universe heard me and was like, let me sprinkle all these opportunities. I took inspired action towards those opportunities to grow. And here we are today. And now I get to coach you guys to do the same fucking thing, which excites me to no end. So creating the goal is the inspiration. It's the intention that you've created. Now, the other parts to setting the goals, it's one of those things I think for the new year that I really, really love. It's kind of a ritual for me that I love. But when you set goals with your content, meaning like, let's say there are 4 seasons in a year. Well, in Chinese medicine, there's 5, but we won't get into that. But there are 4 seasons in a year, right? So we have 4 quarters in 1 year, right? So each quarter, for me personally, I have a goal. Small goal, big goal, whatever goal it is. It could be, raising my prices at one point. It could be, oh, I only want a tattoo in this style at one point. Or it could be, hey, I want to launch this new product. Let me launch this new t-shirt. That's going to be one goal this year. And then it could be at the end of it, it could just be like, oh, I'm going to open up a tattoo shop. What? I've got 4 goals. 4 goals, 1 year, let's hit it. So we got 3 months per goal. And so when we set intention with these goals, so these are all the goals that we have. When we have that intention, okay, so I'm going to launch a new product. I'm going to launch my new clothing line in 3 months. So not only am I going to allot time, I'm going to create time to actually plan this thing that I'm going to build, but I'm also going to create the content around it. So now I have intention with my content for the goal that I'm trying to meet. So now everything that I create leading up to this goal, to this launch, to letting people know that, hey, I'm creating this thing. Let's get you excited about it. Every piece of content ends up being something that's going to move that forward. So you're not chasing, you're letting people know what the intention, what's the messaging behind why you're doing this clothing line, what's it gonna look like, who's it gonna be by, what's it gonna be made out of, all these things that you're now like sprinkling into people's minds, and you're letting them grow. And not only have you created the intention, you understand that you have a goal in mind for all of your content that you're creating, instead of just posting just to post, which drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It literally hurts my heart when I see so many dope ass tattoo artists, and any tattoo artist. I don't fucking care. All of you guys are dope. So fuck that. Everybody's dope here. I don't care. But like seeing so many dope artists just posting tattoos, and then just like, I don't even know why I'm posting this. I just feel like I have to because I gotta keep up. Like, like that sounds so exhausting. I'm exhausted just talking about it. So what I want you guys to understand is that when you have the goals in place, like all you need are 4 goals a year. 4 of them. Raise my prices. Open up a clothing line. Travel more. What else? Open up a shop. Hire another artist. Whatever it is. It could be 4 goals a year, and then you have 3 months to utilize to help launch this goal, and to launch it with your people here. And the thing is that when you create the content around that, you're going to only pull the people that want that content. And that's the best, because we don't want shit people in our area. We want people that want to be here. Like, I would rather have 1,000 followers if those 1,000 people are gonna be so fucking awesome and just, you know, basically root me on. And I actually, I have a lot of really, really amazing, like, diehard family out there here online, and I fucking love you guys so much for always, always, always supporting everything I've ever done for years. So I love you, and if you hear me, I thank you for that. But at the same time, you know what I mean? But that's the people we want in our corner. We don't need more followers. We need more family. We need more tribe. We need more community. And when we build our intention behind the community and that align with the goals, and then we set, that's all the intention, that shit just goes, it literally lines up so straight to the point where it's just like, ew, okay, I don't have to try and sell you on this shit. People are just gonna show up on my doorstep and buy it, and I'm gonna be sold out in whatever it is that I'm putting my heart and soul into, because people can feel that through the screen, okay? So that's a big, big thing about setting goals for your content, because when you set goals in your life, you can actually, and it can even be that way too. It doesn't have to just be business oriented. When I told myself I was going to shift my business, 2 years ago in 2019, when I was like, yeah, I want to do more. I want to help people. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to help people. I don't know what it is. I want to teach them something, but I don't want to teach them how to tattoo. I feel like that's not my calling. And so I was like, well, and then this came to me. I set the intention, I set the goal, and all of a sudden this started happening. And I just went with it. And then all of a sudden I started getting into more mindset stuff, more spirituality stuff on how to align your spirituality and your business and how they can coexist how they need to coexist at all times in order for you to grow your business. So I'm here now because I've taken so many of this inspired action, because I've created the goal, and all the content surrounding it is now based on that goal, on that bigger goal, that bigger message. And so, I am at 30 minutes and I'm so proud of myself for keeping us there. But so at the end of this, you guys, I do want to say that it's about creating the intention in everything that you do that aligns with who you are. Because you can say, hey, I'm going to, I really, really want to work on more personal growth. I really, really, really want to stop feeling anxiety and overwhelm. How am I going to do that? And that could be the goal. And then you can share that journey as a tattoo artist. You know how many tattoo artists have anxiety? You know how many people out there have anxiety that are wishing for you to show up authentically like that, to tell us how your journey is going? Fuck, dude. So many people out there are waiting for you to speak up, speak your mind, to be authentically you. Honestly. So don't hold back. Don't hold back. Be authentic. Be intentional. Take the inspired action and fucking send it. And you'll be fucking great. And I can feel it. You guys are going to do great. So, I love you guys. That's it for today. But I do want to say that I am actually going to be launching a new thing, and it's going to be on goal setting. It's going to be a 3-day live seminar with me, and they're going to be probably like an hour to an hour and a half each. And we are going to create our goals for the new year. This will be launched in December. If you want to sign up for the wait list, I'm already sending out intentional emails for this. So get on my my email list. It's in my bio. It's just marketing tips, and it's like mindset marketing tips. I send them weekly, and then I give them all to you. All the stuff that I say here, it's all in emails, and I break it down on what you can do, how you can set the intentions, what you should do for your Instagram, what you should be doing for your business, and also what you should be doing in your mind, because that is the most important part. I love you guys. Get on the email wait list. Get on the emailing list. Get on the emailing list for all the marketing goodies and stuff like that I send out every week. I love you. I can't wait to see you again. Bye.